The ruts in Turkey's Phrygian valley were created by an intelligent race 12 million years ago, claims a geologist. Could these mysterious ancient tracks in Phrygian valley of Turkey have been created by an intelligence race? A Russian geologist believes that that is exactly so, and he says yes. I want to believe, really I do, but there's just so much doubt mixed with the testimonies, the discoveries and the images. So it seems like the sheer optics of proof would be proof enough, but unfortunately, until their own eyes have seen the truth is a lie for most people. So let's see what all this adds up to. For instance, ancient ruts in the Phrygian valley of Turkey have left Dr. Alexander Koltypin, geologist of the National Scientific Research Center in Moscow, in amazement. Apparently, these tracks were created by an intelligent race over 12 million years ago. This is what he believes. Considering history's timeline of events, that's controversial. At this site in Anatolia, Koltypin realized that the tracks were impressions left in the compressed volcanic ash hardened over time. It is true that tracks date back to the Hittite Empire between 1600 BC and 1178 BC. After that, tracks were left by the Phrygians, the Greeks, and Alexander the Great and his army. These paths all became part of the Roman road network. It's also true that glacial waters left the paths through the earth in many locations. There are other speculations of what these ruts could have been created by. The earlier ruts in the Phrygian valley were closely examined by Koltypin, and he thinks that the indentations were made by something much heavier than chariots or lightweight charts. The tracks were scars left by all-terrain vehicles, much like what's used in modern-day society. But how could tracks from over 12 million years ago be made from something that, to our knowledge, had never been invented yet? So better yet, who was the unknown civilization that operated such vehicles? So Koltypin told Mail Online, all these rocky fields were covered with ruts left some millions of years ago. We're not talking about human beings. So, did we catch that? What's he trying to say? Well, of course you did. Consider this idea. At first, we wondered what these tracks were made from, and now the suggestion's been made towards something that isn't even human. You know what he refers to about the age of these tracks. And let's listen to what he said. Koltypin said, the methodology of specifying the age of volcanic rocks is very well studied and worked out. So, not much doubt there. Measurements have also been made to determine the distance between these wheels. It was found to be about the same distance as modern-day vehicles. There is one thing that doesn't match, however, and that points to the notion of these ruts being made by something much heavier than modern transportation. The tracks were, for the most part, 3 feet deep. It's possible that the earth was softer at this time, that's true. As with other theories, this is also just an educated opinion. Also, the horizontal indentations of these ruts were found along the inside walls of the ruts. These indentations could have possibly been made by some sort of axle. So here we're stumped again by that. So is this controversial? Of course it is. Koltypin knew this would cause a stir, and he says, I think we are seeing the signs of a civilization that existed before the classic creation of this world. Maybe the creatures of that pre-civilization were not like human beings today, modern human beings. And guess what? This isn't the only location scarred by these ancient tracks. Other areas, such as the Maltese archipelago, have tracks that continue off cliffs and others which lead directly into the ocean. These tracks in Malta have just as many controversial theories. Although he may be far from academic proof, Koltypin continues to rely on his controversial ideas. Some people want to believe Koltypin's theory on the origin of the tracks in Turkey Phrygian valleys. I wonder what other people think. I'll leave a link below for you for this. It's on Humans Are Free, originally from Ancient Origins and Daily Mail UK.